So I have a habit of going to sleep with YouTube playing in the background, and it's on autoplay, which means that it continues to play videos. When one video ends, it automatically uploads another, and I don't select which videos play. I'm guessing that it goes by whatever YouTube thinks you'll be interested in. So I was sleeping and YouTube is playing in the background, and then I was whatever you call it when you're between, not all the way sleep, but you're kind of asleep, but you can hear what's going on around you. So I'm in this dreaming awake state, and I recognize the voice coming from the speakers, and it's MTR. He's talking about something that has to do with a guy who had a vasectomy and his girlfriend is pregnant. Now, I'm still half asleep while this is going on, but when he spoke about what he would do in this situation, that's when I jolted out of the bed fully awake and said, hold up now. This is a situation a lot more tricky than you may think it is. So let's take a look at a couple of clips of the video.
Man, this shit don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense, bro.
What is you talking about?
You know exactly what the I'm talking about. Don't sit there acting stupid because you sit up.
Talking about?
Bro, this is what the I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. That,
pregnancy test?
Yeah.
You not happy?
Yeah, what you mean I'm not happy? What I'll be happy for? What could I possibly be happy for?
Because we're having a baby. What are you talking about?
Listen here, woman. Stop playing with me because you know I got a vasectomy. I can't even have no kids. Stop playing with me.
I ain't been with nobody but you, so you can
That's impossible because I can't have no kids. I have a vasectomy.
Well, you
What you talking about? I do everything for you. I take care of the house. I take care of
holding a camera on me for what?
Yeah, I'm holding the camera because I want to show how you ain't. That's why.
I'm not.
Yeah, you.
It's your baby.
It ain't my baby. It's not my child because I had a whole vasectomy.
Damn, he's crying.
And I swear to God, bro, you out here sleeping around. But I just want to know what did I do to this? What did I do to you? Just tell me what I did to you.
You're not gonna get an answer, G.
Man. Huh?
If you want to talk to me, put the camera down.
I'm not.
You're sitting here.
I'm not.
You are a baby that's yours. You should be smiling and being happy.
Get the out. Get the out. That's you are. You get the out of my house right now.
Now, I thought that MTR took a pretty balanced approach in his response to the situation, warning men about rushing to make decisions that they might regret later, and that it is possible to impregnate a woman even though you've had a vasectomy. As a matter of fact, I recall seeing a similar situation play out on paternity court, where the man had a vasectomy for 30 years and didn't believe that the baby that his wife had was for him. But it turned out that he was the father. So it isn't necessarily a good idea for men to allow their emotions to govern their actions in situations like this, because it is possible that kicking her out is putting the child that you thought you couldn't have in jeopardy. But now let's listen to how MTR said that he will respond in this situation.
What would I do in this situation? I would go straight to the doctor and have them check my sperm count. And if it's anything above 0, then there is a possibility. Then I would wait until the birth happens and get a DNA test immediately. There's actually a way to do a DNA test while the baby is still in the womb, but is invasive in nature and puts the baby at risk. So I would just wait till after if my count was anything above 0 post vasectomy. But if you find out that your sperm count is absolutely 0, or if the baby's born, a DNA test comes back that it's not yours, then you know she's for the streets and you move accordingly.
Now, I don't really have a problem with the method that MTR said that he would deploy to protect himself. What I'd like to bring to the forefront is the situation in its entirety and the problems that can arise should you find yourself in a situation where you suspect infidelity, and then after she delivers the baby, your suspicions are proven to be correct. Depending on where you reside, it's not as easy to get rid of her as you may think. All of which stems from choosing to shack up with a woman to whom you are not married. And a lot of guys are under the impression that not signing a marriage certificate protects them. But you don't need a marriage certificate in a lot of cases. You need to do your due diligence and make sure that you don't live in a state that recognizes common law marriage. And in the situation where the man had the vasectomy, it's clear that he was the provider and she was the recipient. Apparently, he worked on the road and she stayed at home. Now, if you are a man that makes it clear to your girlfriend that you don't want her to work and that you'll take care of everything, she can sue you for palimony if you choose to kick her to the curb, or if you subject her to that sort of lifestyle and then try to kick her to the curb. If both of your names are on a lease in some places. That implies a civil union, and she can sue you for whatever assets she thinks she's entitled to. Now, if both of you have a joint bank account, because you want her to be able to withdraw money, because, you don't want to have to be there every time she wants to get money, and even though she doesn't work, you trust her because she's been your girlfriend for 7 years and she hasn't given you a reason not to trust her. But then she gets pregnant for someone, and now you're ready to kick her out. Well, she can sue you for half of your bank account. I mean, there are so many things that people just don't know about until it's too late. I mean, look at UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. He isn't married, but his ex-girlfriend is suing him for half of his earnings, all of which stems from shacking up and playing house for too long. So before you get the notion to kick her to the curb for cheating on you and getting pregnant for the side dude, check your calendar to see how long you've been together. And then if you're in the United States, check to see if you live in one of these states that recognize common law marriage, preferably before you start sharing bank accounts and leases without a marriage license. I mean, clearly, we can see Texas is on this list, and they are known for forcing people to pay child support even though the DNA test proved that they were not the father. So be careful how you choose your mate, and whether or not you choose to propose in some cases is a non-factor. But just know that the imaginary line that separates your girlfriend from your assets does have a potential expiration date. And that clock starts its countdown the moment you choose to start shacking up.
I'm rich, bitch! I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing.
Support the channel by hitting the like button, commenting, and subscribing for more content.